a big believer that some of the most important, worthwhile lessons in life are often the most simple, the most overlooked. One of my greatest realizations is that any situation is far less important than your interpretation of it. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that anything in life is simply a product of the meaning that we give it. As Wayne Dyer said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And this is extremely significant because it unlocks any door in the world to be able to have that perspective, that understanding that you are the one in control. Knowing that will undoubtedly take you places. The question, of course, is what are you doing about it? Right? It's no secret that if you look at things with a negative lens, they're going to appear negative. If you look at life as this giant tragedy, then you're always the helpless victim. Guess what? You'll remain that way. You're essentially enabling a
Woo! Let's go. Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. You already know it is another blessed and grateful day to be alive. I'm so happy to be on here with each of you. Cedric in the building, Shane and Talina. So great to see you, fam. How are we feeling coming into the morning? We vibrating high. We got the morning rituals knocked out, the journaling, the reading, the gratitude, really getting intentional diving into this month because now is when we're actually starting not January 1st, but November 1st began the new year. So I'm excited to see all of the growth, all of the amazing things that are here and on the way. So for today, you see it. This is not coming from myself. This is coming from Mr. Wayne Dyer himself. This is a big one. Change the way we see things. The things that we see will be able to go ahead and change. So a little bit of a perspective shift for today. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of gratitude down below. Let me know what's everybody grateful for coming into today. As always, let's get Instagram tapped in and let's go ahead and dive into this phenomenal topic. I love this one. Just like Sadhguru says, right? We can either choose joy or choose misery. It's all up to us. The way we see things change. Love it. IG is tapped in. Awesome, fam. So grateful to be alive. So grateful and thankful for God. So grateful. You know, yesterday I've been taking these walks, right? I love to get out in nature. I love to get out and really just feel the sun, be by myself, have some quiet time, and being able to listen, right? Being able to pay attention to the signs. I was walking down the trail, and you guys know the little, like dandelion type things where you blow it and you make a wish. I was walking through the trail yesterday, just having a walk and talk with God, and I literally saw this thing fall probably like 30 feet in front of me, and it just landed right here in my hand. And I could just feel the energy, felt my sister. So honestly, so grateful and an incredible memory, but really just gave me a confirmation that I believe we're all in the right place, right? Each and every one of us, we're blessed. We have guidance. We have more protection than we could ever imagine. It just takes being able to believe it because I believe all of us have a source that is guiding over our life. Terrence in the building. Dean, what's going on? Angel, it's good to see you. Let's go. D-Wax, my man. So grateful for the fam. So grateful for all of you. Let's go ahead and get into today, right? Grateful. You already know we got the Kangen water. This is sponsored by Kangen water. D-Wax, you got to get a sip, brother. You already know. So today, fam, change the way we see things. Here's my visual to start off the day. Such a great one to really kick it off because it really puts things into perspective. I want you guys to think about a satellite, right? For us all to be on this call right now, for us to be connected, if you're on a laptop, if you're on a phone, there has to be a satellite that's connecting this Wi-Fi. So think about it like this. And this was the training we got this morning, once again, from my mentor, always continuously dropping the gems, but there's a reason why. He's been in the game, he's a veteran, and he truly understands things at a deeper level, just like all of the ghosts that we're constantly listening to. Jim Rohn, he was actually a personal mentee of Bob Proctor 20 years ago. So this information is elite, right? I don't just get on here just to talk to you guys. Everything that I'm giving you guys is coming from experience, coming from mentorship, coming from direct access from the 1%, right? This is what I became obsessed with studying. So here's today. Imagine a satellite, and the satellite basically has two pings on all of us today. Number one, we're either getting a satellite reception saying, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be able to make things happen. Today isn't my day. Why is everything keep not working out in my favor? That's one satellite connection. That's one connection to the Wi-Fi. What happens if we were to go ahead and turn that off? Let's get off that connection, and let's go ahead and scroll down, and let's connect to this new one. You see, this new satellite connection says all things are possible. This new satellite connection says I am great. I am unstoppable. I am ready to go out and do something today that scares me, because I know most likely on the other side of that fear is greatness. It's literally just rewriting the story. Every day is so easy to wake up in the pain, and the past was not going right, but this is the difference in going out and creating success today. It starts with right now before noon. How are we feeling before the middle of the day even hits? Are we excited for what's to come? Are we expecting relationships? Are we expecting ka-chings? Are we expecting abundance inside of our life? Or is this just going to be another day? Oh, it's Thursday. Let's just go ahead and let the time pass by. I got to go to work. I'm going to get off work, and I'm probably going to be tired. Probably just going to eat dinner and just lay down and let the days flow by. This is how 97% of people are going to live this last 60 days of the year, right? But those that are intentional, for every single of us, we understand we can start setting up January 1st now. You see, when I go back and I look at the years in entrepreneurship on the journey, I know for a fact the times in the year where I took off the fourth quarter, where I got lazy and I just sat back and I just let these last 2 months float by. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait till January 1st to really go after my goals, to go after these resolutions. And I can tell you, because I took off those last couple months, I didn't start the new year with momentum. I started off slow. I started off like a turtle, trying to go ahead and chase everything. You see, but those that realize when we're planting the seeds right now, just like we've been planting all year, we're setting up to go ahead and grab the fruit, to grab this harvest and running downhill as we come into the new year. We're expecting miracles and we're expecting blessings because we're planting seeds. You see, there's no farmer that's ever expected blessings and all of these amazing things without planting seeds. You can't expect a whole field of crops if we don't go out and actually do the work. So that's what we're doing right now. We're setting up, we're laying out, we're literally in the field right now. We've got our hoe, we've got our seeds, we've got our water to go ahead and give it some nutrients. Just realize that great things take time. Realize that there's things working underneath the surface that we might not be able to see yet. But I promise you, it is developing. It's growing. There's photosynthesis happening right here, right now. Believe it. Kat in the building. Danny, what's going on? It's good to see you. Right? So think about it like this. How many promises are we giving to ourselves that we're not keeping? Because this is a lot of time where the negative self-talk comes in. If we said we're going to go hit the gym and we don't go knock it out, if we said we're going to eat healthy, if we said we're going to get on a go live, said we're going to launch a product, and we don't go do it, this is where the negative self-talk starts to kick in. But where it really hits hard is on the lesson that we talked about earlier this week about not missing twice. It's okay to miss it once. Everybody makes mistakes. You see, but when we miss it twice, this went from making a mistake to now turning something into a downward spiral. Because if that energy is vibrating negative for multiple days in a row, it's easy for these things to compound. And now we don't feel like making a video. We don't feel like talking to somebody. We don't feel like going out and networking. We don't feel like going out and doing a lot of these things because of the domino effect. And I actually posted about this on Halloween, how powerful the domino effect, either it can work for us or it can also work against us. So this is a perfect time to really get intentional and just ask the question, what side of the dominoes am I actually allowing work for me? Am I allowing negativity, scares, lack, everything that seems like it's going wrong, continue to domino? Or am I shifting my thinking? What's going right in my life? You've been intentional with your morning routine. You've been getting up early. You've been hitting the gym. You've been inside of the chats. You've been in contact with the go lives. What are some things that we're doing right? Let's build on that. Let's compound. Let's go ahead and stack these little wins on top of each other And this is how we start building momentum. Even with the little steps, it doesn't always take a huge change to start feeling this momentum. It can start with the little steps every day. Okay. So drop an M down there if you believe there's more inside of you. Drop an M down below if you know there's people inside of your life that can see more inside of you. Drop an M. Let me see it. I'm one of them. I know for a fact that you're destined for greatness, but let me know if there's somebody else. Is it your mother? Is it your grandmother? Is it your cousin? Do you have somebody inside of your life who knows there's more inside of you? If the answer is yes, which I know without a doubt, it absolutely is yes. What's getting us stuck? Right here. It's not the news. It's not social media. A lot of the times, the only thing that's keeping us mentally stuck is inside of these 6 inches. Because think about it like this. Every one of us right now, we're capable of going out and getting a $2,000 to $5,000 raise in the next 90 days. I know that for 100%, without a doubt. Let me ask you this. Can the comp plan produce $5,000 a month in the next 90 days? Absolutely. Can the products, learning how to build an e-commerce store, produce $5,000 a month in the next 90 days? Without a doubt. How about trading? Crypto? There's no doubt in my mind. Every one of these skill sets allows all of us to go out and make an extra $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month in the next 90 days. Let's ask ourselves, what would that money do for us? How much of a game changer would that be to be able to have that come in? How much stress would that go ahead and take off of our shoulders? This is what happens when we really get intentional, realizing that most of the time, the only reason why we're not getting to where we want to go happens to be the self-talk, compounded over a serious period of time. So I've got 3 more things to end off with today to keep it short and sweet. Keep it really short and sweet. Okay. Number 1 is going to be 3 questions. You ready for this? This is awesome. I love this. Clarify. Watch this. Clarify. Write these down too. This is big. It's going to help any of you out today. Clarify, qualify, expectations. You see, these 3 questions, we can use this for anybody, and we can also use this for ourselves, right? When I'm talking to somebody, when I'm presenting the business, I'm going to clarify a couple different things. Are they looking for a side stream of income? Do they need some more income? Are they ready for change? Have they been in contact with any mentors? When was the last time they've been on a winning team? I want to clarify all of these things because now I know where they're at. I know where their problems are. I know what they're looking for. Just like a doctor, we can't prescribe somebody if we have no idea what's going on. So that's number 1. We've got to be able to clarify. We've got to be able to ask questions. Same thing with ourselves. Let's clarify where we're at. Are we happy with our body? Are we happy with our finance? Are we happy with our network? Step number 1, clarify. Let's ask clarifying questions. Step number 2 is going to be qualify. You see, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm also looking to qualify them. The reason I'm asking these questions essentially is to qualify them. I want to see if they have a job. I want to see if they have money coming in. I want to know if they've even started to plan out the next 90 days. Do they have a vision for the next 3 months? Have they started to think about the next 6 months to even a year? Have they thought about mentorship? Have they thought about getting into crypto? Qualify. Have they invested into themselves? Right? I ask people this question all the time. In the past 90 days, and all the money that you've made, how much has that money made you? You know what the answer is for a lot of people? 0. Nothing wrong with that because that was me before I started. But this gets them in the mode to realize I probably need to do something different, right? Because if nothing changes, my mentor told me, D, you're going to be broke in 6 months. You're going to be broke in a year from now if nothing changes. So that's being able to qualify, ask qualifying questions. And number 3, expectations, right? Expectations. When Chris Reeve presented the business of e-commerce and Joy Medina to all of us, they said this is not something where you're going to come in for a month. You're going to come in for 2 months and you're just going to master everything. Your store is going to go crazy, right? Just like everything, great things take time. Everybody's learning curve is different. Everybody's work ethic is also different. But the cool part about this is what we put in is what we're able to go ahead and get out. The beauty of this in a job, you see, a job, I don't really care how hard you work. We might get $1 raise. We might get a 50-cent raise after 3 years. But you see here, there's no limit. There's no cap to what we can go out and earn in e-commerce. There's no cap to what we can go out and earn in trading, building a brand, right? Building a network. It's limitless. There's people making $750,000 a month inside of this company. So it just goes to show there's no limit. There's people making it's unreal numbers with e-commerce, with trading, right? With all these different skill sets. So realize that for most of us, it's just being able to create expectations, right? But they don't see the time it took for so many of these individuals. There was chairman out in the last event over in Croatia that took them 7 years to hit chairman. Think about that. Is it worth it to go ahead and build and grow and elevate for 7 years to make $10,000 a month, to make $2,500 a week on top of maybe what is that you're already doing? Neno talked about it last night. There was a couple that got into trading, right? They were locked in for 1.5 years, 2 years, and then they started to pick up the skill. Everything that they've gained, all the knowledge that they took in, they took that skill set, and they were in life insurance, and they had a 10-year goal, and they wanted to move. They wanted to go out and build their dream property out on the cliffs overlooking the ocean. Well, guess what? They achieved that 10-year goal in 1 year strictly with trading. I know this couple too. I saw them actually when they first joined. In a matter of 1 year, they made $900,000. They've literally already paid for their dream property on the cliff overlooking the ocean, and all of it was made through learning these skill sets. They were able to change the way they look at things. They had no idea about trading at the beginning. In fact, they thought it was as foreign as could be. So you know what their satellite said? I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I can make it happen. I'm not used to this industry. We do life insurance. But they're willing to be open-minded. They're willing to put in the time. They're willing to stay a student and stay plugged in. And this is just one story. I can name off countless testimonies where this has happened over and over to normal, average individuals just like you and I. And it's a beautiful thing because it's just another confirmation to me, even why I'm still going this many years later, because of what I've been able to see these skill sets, this platform, this mentorship, this circle be able to do for others. And I love it. Every day I'm excited about this community. Every day I'm excited about these skill sets. Every day I'm excited about what it is that we get to do. We get paid to be us. We get paid to learn. We get paid to grow. We get paid to impact other people. What an amazing industry. Something I was always looking for. So even if somebody has a job, this is built to be able to do part-time. This is built to be able to go ahead and help you fund whatever our passion, whatever our dreams truly are. Because if I know one thing, everybody's passion, everybody's vision, it might be different. It's a myriad of different things. But I know there's one thing in common that we're all going after, and that's time, freedom. And it's available for every single one of us. And my last two things to go and end off with today is number one, what business do we need to be in the next 6 months? This is a question I'm really asking a lot lately because I know how crucial this is. You see, everybody's just thinking about what it is that they're doing, the business that they're in right now. Not many are planning ahead for what business do they need to be in the next 6 months. God forbid a recession really kicks in 2024. What does that job still look like? Is it still there? Is AI taking over? Are they letting go of some people inside of there? I was just talking to a couple of businesses yesterday. They've already let go of multiple employees because they're trying to cut down on costs. Employees that have been there for literally 3 years, gone. Why? Companies said, we need to cut it down. We need to trim off some of the fat. We're spending too much money inside of what could be a serious recession coming in 2024. So that's my first question. What business do we need to be in the next 6 months? I'd highly advise anybody that's watching to do your research on what it is that we're living in. How important it is to learn about crypto, digital streams like e-commerce, learning how to make money online. We're going to be able to go back and see this video. So realize there's a reason why I'm telling everybody so intentionally right now. And the last thing The third piece I told you I'm going to leave you off with today so we can go out and run into this Thursday is right here. Who can tell me what degree that water boils at? Let me know. This is interesting too. How many of you have a guess? Let me know. IG, you got a guess? Angel, Jay? What degree does water boil at? At what temperature? You looked it up? 212, right? Water boils at 212 degrees. So watch this. This is interesting. It doesn't boil at 211. It doesn't boil at 210. It boils at 212. And this is something that took me a long time to realize, but when it clicked, it clicked. For a long time, when I was getting out of college, I was operating at 211 degrees until I really had a shift, until my life hit me like a brick, and I literally turned it up 1 degree to really start getting myself on fire. So we can be moving, we can be doing a lot of things, but if we're vibrating at 211 degrees, it's that 1 degree that can literally make the difference of everything. You see, in sports, we all have a slogan. I don't care if we're playing basketball, I don't care if we're playing football, I don't care if we're playing soccer. The slogan is this. It's a game of, who knows it? It's a game of inches. Think about it. It can be 12-12 in a football game. Somebody's at the 1 yard line and they run the play and they get across the goal line, literally a couple inches, and they win the game. Let's think about a track meet. In the Olympics, Usain Bolt, they're running a 100-meter sprint. But because Usain Bolt's 1 step ahead, he goes out and he makes millions. Same thing happens with life. Life is a game of inches. Success is literally just as close to our skin. So the moment we can start operating and getting vibration with this higher version of ourselves is the moment that life starts to go ahead and move out of the way. When we go from just journaling, just writing notes down, to actually starting to envision the future, starting to feel it as if it's already happened. And this is where the magic truly happens. So dreamers, that's my training for today. Let's drop some 3s down below. Smash that like button if you got any value today. If you are ready to go out and attack the month of November, because this is the month that I'm telling you right now is filled with blessings, abundance, breakthroughs, break-frees, joy, elevation, growth in all areas. If nobody told you today, fam, let me be the one to tell you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for all of you. I see the growth. I see the work being put in. And I know that these seeds are being planted and these fruits are going to be ready to grab coming into the end of this year and all of 2024. So let's have a phenomenal day. Remember, fam, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hands. Have a phenomenal day and turn these dreams into reality. Let's get to work, fam. Let's go.